blood
right.
bonding to an unknown, possibly Lissambra from Chicago is not a poor choice, okay?
No, I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I was in Chicago and I asked about her. She's a little Sombra from Chicago.
Is she bad news?
She's a little Sombra.
No, let's get rolling. Yeah, no,
Hell yeah.
All right. So, welcome everybody to Milwaukee by Night. I am your storyteller this evening. This is part 21, Calico Dreams. We are joined by a very special guest vampire this evening, off over here to the side of me. But I'm going to go ahead and let the cast do their full shout-outs, and then our guest vampire is going to go ahead and give the spiel, plug anything he'd like to plug, anything he's got going on. But I'm going to start where It's not Pixie against you're in the correct place.
I know, right? I fixed my name because I'm considerate.
I was so prepared to start. But I'm going to start with Abby. How's it going, Abby?
I'm going pretty well tonight. There's a storm going on, but my internet has finally sorted itself out.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you will be playing for us this evening?
I'll be playing your delightful local Nosferatu Pixie, and if you want to see more of my indigenous nerdy shenanigans, check me out on the Bird website, at Enough of Abby. I'm doing a lot of things, to the point where others are concerned about my sleep schedule, but the secret is I don't have one. But you know who else doesn't have a sleep schedule?
Charlotte! Look at that. How's it going, Charlotte?
It's going. I'm Charlotte, and I am happy to be back after vacation last week, because vacations are never vacations. They're just reasons for more vacations, because you never get any rest, especially when you drive 12 hours away. I am playing Sera tonight from Clan Lissambra.
Fantastic. And you can be reached on the Bird app
at Foxfire22, that is FOXFYRE22.
Yeah, I just did some bad editing on our last video where you were on, and you were talking about getting to 900 followers. So so if you want to stop seeing me do bad edits where I put like illegible text over the entire screen on the VODs that say follow Charlotte, get her to 900 followers, you will get her to 900 followers. I'm gonna keep assaulting the editing footage with illegible text.
Make me feel validated. Just follow me already.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah.
Austin tactics. I like it.
and next up, Scott, how's it going? Talking about validation, getting that Tremere validation the only way one knows how a week ago with an evil pact of the demon.
I mean, yeah, sure. That's always what I would do. I also am super excited. I got these new shirts from Blackcraft Colt that say like "Watch Horror" because I love horror movies. But tonight I will be playing Ben Sahar of Clan Tremere, and hopefully not ending the world too soon.
Yeah, that I can't keep telling a vampire story. Next up, oldest friend in the world, Sam. How's it going, my friend?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. A little frantic day, but we're about to play Vampire, so it's a good day.
Yeah. I'm Sam. I'll be playing Cass, the resident Malkavian, and I cannot be reached under any circumstances via the internet.
Yeah, just got to reach out with the cobweb if you want to get a hold of Sam. Although there is an unofficial fan account or official, I don't know. Somebody made a Twitter account called at Malkavian and Carr. Who knows where that came from? I don't know. It's certainly not me.
It was an overzealous fan.
Overzealous fan. One of the only fangs.
Dark eyes.
Yeah. Up next, the man with no name, Ty Bradigan. How's it going, Ty?
Good evening, everyone. I am Ty, and I will be playing Sal, the coteries caitiff by choice. And I do things sometimes on Twitter at FatKidSports.
Yeah. And you'll notice, everyone there in chat gang, that I redid the clan symbols on our UI here. I don't like how they were showing up before, so I kind of retouched them. I actually color matched them to our backdrop of Milwaukee, so that red you see is actually exactly in the background. And now, saying that out loud, I realize my error, because I'm trying my very best to be a lot more cognizant of the fact that two of our coterie members are colorblind, and I'm going to have to fix that again. All right, yay! But I did put the caitiff symbol over the top, like I superimposed it over the top of the Hakata symbol, so... which I was kind of pleased with myself for doing that. But next up, our very special guest vampire this evening, who will be joining us for a few sessions to kind of complete this next arc. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe, and tell folks where they might see you doing some other projects, and you know what? Here you go, digital soapbox. I usually have it here. It's yours now.
All right, I have a list. So, hey everybody, my name is Joe, better known as DJ Torador and Nola Vanger on Twitter. You can follow me there. I am the ST for Montgomery by Night, which takes place in my hometown of Montgomery, Alabama. I don't live there anymore, but it is a V5 campaign with a sprinkle of homebrew. Very Tremere-friendly city, so bring your Karna lovers and House Ipsy. It's Ipsy Dipsy, as Outstar says. That's not the right word, but that's it. You can find me on World of Darkness Takeover for this coming Saturday with Running for Vancouver by Night, where I play Baron Vincent of Clan Bruja. That's 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, and all the other good stuff on Twitch TV, Vancouver. Also follow me on the internet. Like I said, and River Region Studios is my page on Twitch, as well as for Twitter. Also, I am playing Jorvik. Do I announce the clan, Great Powerful Overlord, or I let them wait?
You know, I may have spoiled it already for people watching on Twitch. You know, we can give them a taste. We can let them know a little bit. If you want, maybe just a little bit, like the clan, and we'll let them figure out what your connection is to the story when we get to it. But go ahead and let them know.
I'm playing Jorvik of one of the best clans, Clan of Kings, Clan Ventru. Maybe that means something to you guys, maybe not. Can't wait till you meet him. He's really, really fun.
Heartbroken.
See the real and you know, I didn't say it, so you can trust it. We know not to trust Mephisto. Had I told you he was Ventru, it was just a long con to reveal that he was Malkavian later on. But I didn't say it. You can trust it. So
the jury's still out on that.
we last week we had sort of a bit of a shenanigans episode. I'll go ahead and try to get through the recap here real quickly. Last week we had a bit of a shenanigans episode. Ben Sahar, Cass, and Pixie assaulted a facility that was like Hexion storage or something like that, which was of course a front for one of Pentex's more illicit dealings. They discovered some experimentation going on Thin Bloods. They found out about a street drug being called Red Mist, not to be confused with a weapon, or perhaps to be confused with a weapon sometimes used on Kindred. You know, drugs sound cooler when they have cool names that could, you know, be like napalm or something and murder you. They found out about this Red Mist street drug that's maybe Dr. Mortius has a hand in. The name was mentioned, but we didn't really get much more out of it before Cass sort of detonated the facility with one of his friends from the VA clinic who had sort of met a tragic end there. So that was last week. The week prior, the coterie had proven to Decker's sort of sufficient discerning gaze that yes, the Sabbat are indeed back in Milwaukee with activities of some sort. Over the course of the conversation, Arjun Shaw's hand tipped but a little. And of course, we know from a previous session that he was there when the night Sera was embraced. To what ends, we're not certain. That might be something the coterie investigates this evening. However, I allowed the coterie to have a little bit of a much-needed passing of the time with, I assure you, no consequences whatsoever. So when the sun sets on Milwaukee this evening, spat from the shores of Lake Michigan on the far east side, coming out of it, sort of the darkness on the horizon, and retreating to the darkness on the other horizon, just cascading across sort of in sort of a fast time-lapse session, allowing the clouds and stars and stuff to swirl out and into life over the city of Milwaukee. Our kindred begin to stir. It's been a week. They've chased some leads. Pix has finally gotten moved into her new facility provided by a former coterie member, current coterie member. Perhaps we'll check back in with her at a later date, Elizabeth, before she had to return to Victoria. Sera managed to procure her own storage facilities. Did you describe what kind of storage facility you were thinking? I think it was actually one of those like shed ones, right? Like that has like a little, yeah.
Ideally, it'd be a combination of inside outside.
Okay.
It's like inside for small storage units. You go to the desk, clock in, go to your facility, and then there's also the drive-up ones outside. All of it's gated.
Yeah.
Well, most of it's gated. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a couple places. I think even Salvatore helps scout a location. I think Ty helped share some photos of ones. So yeah, Sera managed to procure her storage facility. To what ends? I'm sure we'll find out in time. And she's been practicing her disciplines and sort of studying with her, I guess, stepsire, we'd call it, Salvatore, who's sworn the tradition of the accounting. Cass, meanwhile...
Foster sire.
Foster sire. Let's go with that. All right, we'll go with foster sire. Cass, in the meanwhile, has, well, had to lay a little bit low after the last big explosion. Isn't that two now, Cass?
Is it?
I think so. I think that's now 2 explosions and three motor vehicles. I'm going to have to update the pinned tweet. I'm going to have to notify the fandom to update the pinned tweet. And you probably, I think, do your continue to try to search for the Colt 45.
Yes. And he might also be bothering Pixie to teach him more about this technology.
So
like mobile phones and things like that.
We get a shot of Cass, sort of in his disheveled, slightly oversized like army, hodgepodge of like Army Navy fatigues and stuff like that, and big army jacket or whatever, like holding a cell phone, and Pix showing him how to turn it on and stuff.
Yeah, so like you put your fingerprint here, and you can use this widget. No, it's not like an actual like a Swiss Army knife. You could see when sunup happens. That's actually really important. And then you can use this. You call this number right here. That's me. Don't call anyone else.
Got it.
So you're already great at it.
What about those numbers in the back of the classified ads I sometimes see on the buses? Can't call those?
I'm not going to judge you if you do, but I'm just saying, if your phone gets filled up with spam and junk, you know where to go.
All right.
God damn
Thanks,
it.
little bat.
No problem, Casanova.
And Salvatore, gets another drink, as it were. Meets up with Abigail Winters, a denizen from Chicago that actually may know Jorvik, or Jorvik may know himself. Maybe not on good terms, depending on on your stance with the prince, the paladin himself. And Ben Sahar spends a great deal of time recovering from a near-death experience from his very, very new lupine friend. Employee, even. So I think that's kind of like that's pretty much the week. I know the coterie wanted to do the ritual on screen, so we'll go ahead and handle that before I drop my my story beat, my Mephistoism. That wasn't an evil laugh.
Ever.
Borderline.
Press X it out.
So,
A neutral evil laugh.
Yeah, neutral evil. Yeah, not chaotic evil. Come on, I'm way more lawful evil, guys. All right. Ben Sahar, somewhere along the way, had mentioned that he could help Sera potentially track down their sire, or her sire. Right?
I can. I just need the blood. And she's been a little hesitant to give it to me. I don't know why.
So where would she meet you for this exchange, this conversation? Is this Club Anything, or is this...
This would probably be Club Anything, because I don't necessarily need anything from my workshop.
All right. So you're in Club Anything. We see Charlotte's future character, Angela, walking around, serving some drinks and stuff like that. Tyler's maintaining the front of house, and your office has recovered its splendor from the previous week's dealings. A couple things were replaced, a few things couldn't be. But Lilith looks fantastic, as always.
She always does.
You find yourselves, the coterie, if they wishes, can be there. Really, y'all's call.
I do have one question beforehand.
Yes.
The part where, what was it, Sal and Pixie, got wind of how the embrace went down with other people around, was that shared to everyone else? Or did they keep that to themselves?
Everyone heard it. That was in that moment where you were sort of like double talking.
Right.
Yeah, it was literally going on in your brain.
Yeah, you're aware of it. You were in the conversation. You like it was, it was like a seance type thing, right?
Gotcha. I thought that was like a bit of a blackout moment while they were in the other space.
It was more that you were the sort of like the makeshift fetter for Sundown's presence in the Umbra before it finally was consumed and dissipated to wherever it goes, type thing.
Gotcha.
And by wherever it goes, I mean digested by you. So yeah, you're aware.
All right, so how does this work? You've been bugging me a little bit to get some of my blood, and I don't trust you fully yet.
All you have to do is put it in the silver goblet, and it'll present the silver cup.
How much?
About that much.
And it's just going to be used to help track who did this.
Yes.
No other reasons.
No. Honor.
Were you ever a scout?
No. I don't even know what that is. I just saw somebody do it once.
All right, well, if this goes south, I don't know, some idle threat. I'll get Sal after you. With that, I will find something, I guess, sharp to...
My sword?
yeah,
Gets you in your mouth.
sword will work. Oh, yeah.
Bangs, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would bore the sword, I think. And then across the forearm. And then hold it up above the goblet and let some drip in. Alright, tell me when you have enough.
A future reference, Sarah, because you can control the blood flow in your body, you don't have to cut any artery or anything specifically. Just a fun fact.
So, like, I can bite my fingertip and start squirting it everywhere.
Absolutely.
Gross.
I mean, your story, I'm just confirming.
Alright, well. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, so you have to perform the ritual itself, which means you're rolling some blood sorcery and some dice. You can go ahead and perform the ritual. You want to take the audience through what Ben Sahar does here and sort of intent and so on and so forth, and we'll roll some dice and we'll see what happens.
All right, so visually what Sarah's going to see is Ben is going to like whisper above the edge of the cup, and as he's doing it, he's going to also put some of his own blood in the cup. And as he finishes speaking, whispering to the cup, he's going to drink it, and then we'll find out what he learns based on the dice.
Okay, blood walk.
Yeah. Basically, to tell you the Sire, and if you get a crit, you learn any blood bonds. Because we don't have anybody using those. Right, Pix and Sal?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea, really. Bit rude to ask, actually.
Yeah, nobody else knows either, so shh.
Well, let him
Five successes. No crit, though.
While Ben is drinking it, I'm kind of... I don't know, it's just weird to see another vampire drink my blood. So I'll be watching the cut on my forearm and it starts stitching itself together slowly.
So, as Ben Sahar drinks this blood, you get the generation, I believe that means of Sera. You learn that you're 8th generation.
Cool.
Same as me and Kat. High five.
And Pix.
I don't want to high five Pix. I don't know where she's been.
Hey, I'm not living in the sewers anymore. I've got a fancy new
high
place.
five.
High five.
High five.
Yeah. Wrinkly little high five.
Why did you have to say that? Can we just enjoy the high five?
No, you have to think about how Pix's skin like sticks uncomfortably to yours as the high five leaves.
You learn that the name, and then you sort of like hear like a whisper come out the cup as you complete the drink. Just sort of this disembodied voice, and it whispers the name Aaron Silas.
Interesting. Does the name Aaron Silas mean anything to you, Sarah?
You're muted. Sorry.
I don't think so.
Because that's, according to this, your sire is named as Aaron Sila.
Oh, you know what? I did hear something about him. I heard he's an asshole.
Stalker.
That name ring any bells?
It's the perfect name to bring to Abigail with Sera.
Field trip.
Like,
Yes. So take us to Abigail Winters.
God damn it, Ben Sahar.
roll
There's
call.
not enough Jason Carl juice in the world to take you to Abigail Winters.
Why are you scared of introducing people to your mother?
She's not my mom.
She's your shadow mommy. She's your shadow mommy.
She's just a friend who I simp for completely and 100%.
So roll call real quick. Where is all the coterie at Club Anything right now?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm probably still unpacking my place.
I imagine Sal 100% went with Sera unless Sera requested Sal not to be there. But otherwise, this was up on his list of things to figure out.
Okay. Cass?
Laying low.
Laying low. Right on. Are you helping Pixie move in? If Pixie would want him.
Yeah, I mean, if Pixie wanted and needed the help, otherwise, just laying low.
I mean, we know how last time what happened when I drove a car. I need someone to drive the U-Haul.
As long as there are no fancy maneuvers or anything that need to be done. And as long as we see no werewolves, it'll be all right.
Roll luck
Let's
check
hope
to see if you see a werewolf.
4.
You don't see a werewolf.
Shame.
Although that could have turned the entire adventure to something way more interesting. It's relatively uneventful. Helping Pix move in, save for one moment where you just kind of like park in the U-Haul. She goes in ahead to like unlock, right where the key. Sera gave her the key a while ago, or maybe it's a card key, depending on like the level of tech you've decided you'd like to invest into it or have invested into it. It's actually not too far away from Sundown's old haunt. In that same section of sort of off downtown, heading towards the docks of Milwaukee, where you have like a 50-50 shot of finding a really awesome farmer's market or an abandoned warehouse. So it's like it's a really solid place for a Nosferatu who doesn't want to be found, but wants to be able to quickly either get to the docks, which is going to have you access basically. I mean, that's your classic sort of like Nosferatu haven. Like if you get to the docks, there's the old storm pipes, and from there you can get to the rest of the city. Plus the old railroad tracks, some like forgotten underground tracks and tunnels that they had built. I mean, there's a reason Sundown lived in that area, or had a place in that area, I should say. That met an unfortunate end via some fire a while ago. You maybe drive past the burned down shell of Sundown's place going to it even. And then you have access sort of back into downtown if you go the opposite direction, which gets you the Riverwalk and to all like the hubs of Kine, if need be. So it's a great place. Elizabeth really sort of did her research.
She's so thoughtful.
Right.
A little nosy, but thoughtful.
You're right. The supercut is of all the times. Like there's a Elizabeth eye roll. So you move in. You start moving some boxes around. Cass is sort of like off, just like at the truck, getting like one more crate, one last crate, and you're mostly moved in. You hear your phone vibrate. It's a text message.
Who's it from?
Francis.
Oh, shit. Hey, friends, what's going on?
Oh, just text. Just, hey, it just
All
says,
right.
sup, Pix, been a while.
Sup, buddy, 100 emoji. Keeping it real. How about you?
Emily and me broke up. Well, at least I think we broke up. She just said bye one night, and I haven't seen her since. After a fight. It was a dumb fight. And then
Call me.
Angry face.
Yeah. Picture sex. Call me right now.
All right. So, like, you see the number flashing on your phone as you catch some movement in the corner of your eye, and you notice a note sitting on one of your boxes that wasn't there a moment before.
Yeah. I'm like, Pix does the thing where she holds her phone like between like her shoulder and head and like starts like edging towards the note as she's picking up the phone.
Answer the phone and edge towards the note.
Hey, France, what's going on?
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't want to make this about me. I just, had to talk to you in a bit, And...
No, dude, it's fine. Really, like, hit me up whenever. Besides, I had a friend help me move in and stuff. Like, so it's no biggie. But like,
oh, you
what
moved?
happened?
You moved? Oh,
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, finally got a place of my own.
Oh, it's good. So not having to, couch surf anymore. It's good.
Yeah. Goddamn, was that the excuse I gave him? Man, I need to keep track of my lies.
Yeah.
But yeah, what happened with you and Emily?
I don't know. It's just fighting, usual stuff. I didn't think it was serious this time, but she hasn't been back.
Oh shit. Have you tried calling her?
Do you open the note and read it?
Oh yeah, I'm opening as he's blabbering his explanation.
Yeah, so he kind of fades into like the sort of like muffled sort of like electric just tones as our focus goes onto the note. You see a familiar handwriting.
God damn it. Thompson.
It says, I guess one Emily will have to do. Why is Francis still breathing?
Shit. Hey, Francis? How about I come over? I'll get a lift or something. I don't know, it's just not good to be alone right now. Besides, I'll bring McDonald's. How's that sound?
Ooh, quarter pounder. Cheese, bacon.
You know what?
Large fries.
Gotcha, bud.
And a Diet
Pix
Coke.
just... she cuts off after a Diet Coke, which is like, God fucking damn it. And
it's about the time Cass kind of comes in with the last box. And your question?
Would I have Thompson on my phone, or do we have an established messaging system?
It's more of an established messaging system. Thompson is old school in a couple ways. He doesn't really strike you as the Camarilla purist, but he sort of abhors phones. Just one of those stuck in his
boomer.
Ways. Yeah, stuck in the 1920s. Whole thing. Yeah.
I think I actually, as I'm getting into my lift, we've ordered the McDonald's and everything. I go to Batty and say, tell Thompson that I'm handling it now. Just whatever he did to Emily, just let her go, please. He's important. She's important to him.
Batty gives you the eat and flits off. It's about this time we cut back to Club Anything. Tyler walks purposefully into the office where the ritual has just finished, where Sera, Sal are all gathered. You're going to want to see this, he says, looking at you. 2 Anubi just got hit.
Couldn't have it nicer people. Are they hit dead, or are we just saying that they just got some road rash?
Using stolen rounds from a facility a few weeks back.
Oh shit.
And a Colt 45. it gets worse. And he spins around a tablet, and you see two Anubi, sort of their sort of unofficial uniform of, you know, like biking black leathers. They look like sort of classic biker gang. They have like patches usually on their vests or jackets. It signifies to kine that, hey, they're bikers, and it gives them that blending power they need as predators. But then it also sort of signals to the kindred of Milwaukee that, hey, this is the Decker's inner circle, right? And you see someone in a old army jacket, sort of stammering and murmuring to himself, walk up and just blam, 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 and you see dragonfire rounds from the barrel just mows down to Anubi in cold blood right outside of a bar.
Is that Cass?
It looks
And I hope so.
exactly like Cass.
He found his gun.
Oh, man. Tonight's going to be a good night, I can already tell.
Tyler's... I called in a boon. Word is there's going to be a hunt for Casanova here.
Oh, man, so we go from they're almost being on the docket to now Cass is on the docket.
Bring it.
How delightful.
It is at this point Salvatore, in his typical cool, even-keeled manner, remembers Akawa once told him, before he went missing, if the shit ever really hit the fan, he had a friend in town. Might be able to help him. Old building downtown Milwaukee, one of the taller ones, big neon sign on top says York Technology. You can't miss it. Ask for Jorvik. Ask for Jorvik. Say Akawa sent you.
Need to get to Jorvik. And a friend
What
of
did you just call me?
Akawa. A friend of Akawa. He said if shit ever hit the fan, to look for him.
So adorable.
Tyler looking at you. Should I maybe forward this to Pix?
Yeah, probably.
Pix, having just hung up your phone. Message from Tyler. You know that Tyler's... You don't tend... It comes in under Ben Sahar's name. Because Tyler manages some of Ben Sahar's communications. You see the video that I just described of Kat. And Cass is just like standing over your shoulder watching this. It's got the time code on it. It's from tonight, few hours ago. Maybe Cass could have snuck away. And the message simply says, Cass iced to Anubi. Prince Decker's thinking about calling a blood hunt on him.
Oh, fuck.
The rest of the coteries meeting with somebody. York Tech. And then there's just like a time. Why do I just imagine Cass with like popcorn watching the Anubi get like shot, and he's like kind of impressed by it.
Yeah, he has like a Steve Urkel moment. Like, did I do that? And he's like, wait. I actually didn't do that. I still don't have that gun.
So that's not you in the video. You're not sure, and Pix will zoom in on the person's face.
Yeah, I mean it's not CSI, but Sindexioi really upgraded Milwaukee's police cameras and stuff like that, especially around downtown. It's part of what gives Milwaukee its moniker as the police state or Decker's police state. So I mean, it's quality footage. It looks like Cass. Spitting image right down to the eyes, which is Cass's sort of most telling feature.
Well, you're
So dark.
That could be anybody. It's not like I stand out in a crowd. Come on.
Cass. Was it you?
No,
Pix is crossing her arms.
Not that I remember. No, I don't think so. Look. Sometimes I have trouble knowing what's real, but I'm pretty sure this wasn't me. I'm still missing that gun for real. I don't know what happened here.
That part tracks, Pix. If you've ever seen the original TMNT movie when Raph loses the Sai, Cass has been doing that periodically, looking for his Colt in just random places, all like for the last week. He's been teaching him the phone. He's like, "Hey, you haven't seen my gun, have you?" When you're like in between giving him telephone lessons and stuff like that, like that part tracks.
He'd be even looking at like your boxes of stuff for it.
Well, Cass and I have been planning to go find his gun at that club after he saw the Nosferatu take it.
Yeah, and
But
Cass
you
has
explained that to her, that he believed that a Nosferatu took it.
what is her name? Anastasia?
No, Anastasia's the judge that you actually have some sympathies built with. It is...
Pretty sure she's the coward tactician.
It's the tactician, yeah. I forget her.
Rubiana.
Yeah,
Rubiana, that's right.
Yeah.
Would I be familiar with Rubiana?
Streetwise intelligence.
Streetwise intelligence will do.
It's...
And I'm gonna rouse my blood for this.
Cool.
I'm really racking my mind.
And
Cass is like a 1 dot and manipulate, so
it's the problem is it's as likely to everyone in the coterie that Cass just kind of did his little like slipstream thing, and as it is,
yeah.
Well, that was a messy critical.
The first attack, when you procured some Dragonfire rounds, some explosives and stuff like that, you thought you were in World War I again the whole time. Like they've seen you do it a couple times. It's nothing quite like this. It's always kind of your controlled explosions stuff, right? Like that. There's like it fits that MMO or that MO. But again, there's enough of a shadow of a doubt that did Cass finally snap all the way. There's that has to be in everybody's mind just a little bit, right? With the messy critical, your beast asserts itself in your memories. You remember Rubiana from out west, remember?
Yeah.
Didn't she meet up with Thompson? She's the one who got you in this city.
Is that why she went after Cass? Because of the connection to me?
I don't know. I'm just your beast.
All right.
Oh, by the way, you
Cass.
should totally drink Cass's blood if you did it. Bloodhunt could be a lot of fun.
We're not doing that. Cass. Rubiana. You're certain you saw her take her gun. We're not doing it again.
About as certain as I can be of anything, Pix. I know that's,
Because we're going to be putting up a pretty lofty accusation here. And there are some folks with obfuscate. You know this. They can make themselves look like other people, and this would have to be pretty advanced. Or she got help from someone. Thompson mentioned that there were some wizards that could do things with blood and make you into someone else, but I think the fact that you don't have the murder weapon might be enough to at least make the prince doubt and not call a blood hunt for the moment. And look, I'm gonna be real with you. Tonight was probably the worst night that this could happen, but let's go.
I'm not gonna go talk to Decker.
You're a murder suspect. You're going to
Yeah.
be a blood hunt.
Yeah, bring it.
Cass, please. If you... look,
It's rigged against me already. I'm not going.
Alright, well, can you do me a favor while you're gone?
Okay.
I'm going to pull out Francis's address on my phone. There's this guy. I have an order saved at McDonald's. Just bring that to him. Tell him that Pix was coming by and bring him back here. I need to see him after tonight. He's the one who drove me when we first met. At the Elysium. Not the Elysium, but, you know, Decker's place.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the warm bloods. All right, yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
I'm assuming intact, all that.
Alive, yes. Just unharmed. He doesn't know about all this. He just thinks I'm his friend with a skin condition.
Okay. I can. And who shall I say I am?
I've talked about you guys before. Just say that you're Cass, and Pix had a last-minute doctor's appointment at the dermatologist, but she wanted to show him her new place, and here's the McDonald's order.
All right, I think I can handle all that.
Thank you, really. Like, this means so much to me, honestly.
No problem, kiddo.
Thanks. I've got a car to ride, and keep your head down, all right?
All right, 10-4.
Gotcha. Pix will head out and go get her ride.
Okay. Call up an Uber. Meeting up at. Go ahead.
Quick question. When we saw the video, does Sal recognize the neighborhood or like the bar or what part of town?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be downtown, like Third Ward area.
So turf or not turf, like for
just outside. I mean, it would have when the Anarchs got sort of run out. Your turf shrank, or the gang you took over's turf shrank, because they used to control the river, like the whole Riverwalk, basically.
Yeah. So off the Riverwalk.
It's off the Riverwalk. Yeah.
Okay. Sal would make a call though, and just ask about the bar. Get one of the guys to start asking some questions because it's close enough. Just if there's anything in the mortal world that is known about this, or because he doesn't trust the video because it likely came from Shaw and he hates Arjun Shah.
So to really hammer home what occurred, not only did Cass use dragonfire rounds, this pretty like illicit, difficult to get military grade weaponry. He did it in a pretty public space. Third Ward's one of the most busy bar and shopping areas of Milwaukee's sort of revitalization projects. Did it on Anubi turf, and they ashed in front of Kine. It's a masquerade breach and Kindred killing Kindred. Pretty much the highest crime. Especially in Decker's City. So you put in a call to your, I don't know what you're calling them, your agency.
Working on a name.
Yeah.
Right now it's just the business.
Yeah, it's the business. You put in a call to the business, the family business, right? Salvatore's boys and or whatever, and they, sure thing, boss. We'll let's go around.
Let me know as soon as you hear anything. Top priority.
You hear the just shouting, "Yeah, you bumps! Put down the pool cues. Get your asses out there. Boss wants to know about this hit." And just like, and then like, all right, boss, we'll get right on it. And he hangs up, or waits for you to hang up. So everyone except for Cass is going to York Technologies building. All right, we'll start there then. The coterie sort of manages to all meet up just by happenstance through some cinema magic at about the same time.
When Pixie arrives, I would turn to her with a smile and say, "Hey, little sister, I see you're feeling better."
Hey, Sarah. Sorry about all that brain stuff, and sorry for the circumstances. Actually, sorry for a lot of stuff. Look, I wasn't in my right mind. But good to
All
see
right.
you. Yeah, about the thing with Cass. Like, look, I've got some theories, and I think it's gonna be at least enough to keep Decker off his back for tonight, but between you and me, he's safe.
Wasn't he with you?
He was, yeah.
Where is he now?
He's, picking up someone for me. A little bit of an errand.
Is that safe, him
Kind of
being on his
interesting.
own?
It's a low-key part of town. It shouldn't get any attention, and I told them to be careful. He didn't want to go himself.
A real quick question, Pix. You sent him to a place where your sire might be.
No, I didn't. I promise. Thompson is... I don't even know where he is. I promise.
Totally safe.
Yeah. Besides, you know Cass. He can handle himself.
Not without his gun. We were going to go find it.
That's going to be our pinpoint here. But he's got skills. You've seen that.
You could always drive a car.
That's true,
I mean, he
Sal.
can blow stuff up, but that doesn't usually work in hand-to-hand combat.
Right? All right.
Are we ready to go up?
As we'll ever be.
Mysterious new stranger? Absolutely. Who doesn't love a mysterious stranger after watching our friend shoot somebody in the street?
Might have looked like him, but I don't think it was him.
I think Akawa cares more about Milwaukee than Decker, so I'll take his word any day.
Decker will listen to him. Hopefully. Right then, let's go.
So, there is an aching in Pix's stomach, a cold realization at the barbs of Ben Sahar that if Thompson took Emily and you just sent Cass to Francis, maybe Ben Sahar was onto something.
Oh, shit.
And
You know,
you enter in the lobby, you are maybe thinking about fumbling with your phone. You do the quick, like, we're just sort of in, a fog as this gears sort of grind and you're paralyzed and your blood
he wouldn't do that to me, right? He wouldn't. Thompson would never do that to me.
No, Thompson loves you. He wouldn't hurt your friends.
He wouldn't. He knows. That's why he wanted me to make Francis a ghoul.
Unless Cass isn't your friend and he's got your best interests in mind by getting rid of Cass. Maybe Cass is a problem and he's trying to replace Thompson, and that would be a reason to get rid of him. Your blood sort of, the bond almost clouding your thoughts,
Yeah, like, what if he actually did lie to me about that? But would Cass lie? Yeah, anyone who is looking at Pix, she's just got her head down. Clearly, she is just overwhelmed.
You can see the fluster of Pix. You can see her, unintentionally kind of go to her pocket a time and then pull her hand back out where her phone would be. Those of you who are particularly astute may roll a wits and awareness as you're buzzed onto the private elevator. And I'm going to go ahead and allow our guest vampire describe the layout of the York Tower and how great the place looks. The one detail I know for certain is the big neon sign on top. So ostentatious that you almost can't believe you didn't notice it before when you were downtown in Milwaukee. But yeah, go ahead and describe the York Tower here as as y'all can roll your wits awareness.
So glad you finally asked me this question. So, York Tower is a kind of silvery white building. It has standard. It's a skyscraper. And at the very top, it's like a penthouse, which you can't see it from if you're standing at the bottom. And there's this huge neon flashing York securities, etc. There's like a little space needle thing at the top of it, like a red light.
Fantastic.
I appreciate this.
The lobby on the inside, is it minimalist decor? Is it more, done up? Is there like a lounge area? Do you have like a coffee bar? What's the digs like downstairs as they enter?
It is very plush. There's a coffee bar, snack bar too. There's vending machines for the employees. There's vending machines for regular local yokels, and there's vending machines for the cleaning crew. There is food stuff. There's like a mini fridge and big fridge and all that stuff. Plush seats, nice carpet, all that good stuff. It smells like lilac, vanilla, and hints of pumpkin spice, depending on what part of the.
Would I be wrong to imagine a fountain in like?
Oh, it would not be.
Okay.
No, there.
I gotta imagine like even like there's a fountain, so you like walk down into this lobby, and you like the fountain spreads out, and you've got your sort of like greeting desk, York Technologies, how can I direct you through this, building that's got some various office spaces and the logistics. They do a lot of logistics around here, right? Which is, as far as I know, just code for front company.
I would say also the fountain is really intricate because it is the Allfather holding Mjolnir, and that's where the water's coming out of Mjolnir's both points. And
Oh, hell.
Dance around, and coat him. There's like a raven on his shoulder.
Fantastic.
I want that fountain.
Fantastic.
4 successes on the wits awareness on my.
I've had 4.
And Sera looks like possible bestial failure.
With 1 success.
Your beast whispers to you, distracting you from. I don't think she meant her apology. Look at her. She's nervous.
I'll side-eye Pix a little bit. Keeping an eye on her.
Meanwhile, the 4 successes recognize a distinct lack of baddie on Pix. She usually, walks with a certain type of like a hunch and, guards like that pocket on her hoodie where baddie would be in case anyone would, the way you would like if you're carrying an animal you care about. You don't want people bumping into you and hitting. You don't notice that, like she's not doing that, and you don't see the sort of telltale signs of a living critter wriggling in her breast pocket. It hasn't happened this whole walk, not since the Uber. You're in the elevator now, almost to the penthouse. No baddie.
There's baddie.
Oh, sorry, so I was lost my thoughts there. I left her at my place, figured, going to the prince's place, probably not best to bring, what's essentially a spying device on you, right? Right. Yeah.
That's
You haven't gone anywhere without her.
No, it isn't. She's at my place. Just not here.
Your old place or your new place?
New place, the one that
Or
Elizabeth...
Thompson's place.
I think someone's rolling in a manipulation at this point.
I definitely am, and I am going to once again rouse. And motherfucker, I'm hungry again.
Oh, Pix, these lies. They keep heading up.
Eating away at you.
Taking
Literally.
on your blood. As you get hungrier, you reflect on the werewolf's blood. Yeah, I've ride the lightning, and the Umbra was horrifying, but the juice boxes, I don't know, maybe it was something Sundown said, maybe it was realizing that you're a little bit closer to Thompson than you realize, and Thompson's a little bit closer to Kane. Whatever it is, juice boxes just haven't been filling you up as much lately.
We haven't. Maybe
So-
that new business I was thinking about is gonna have to involve a new food source too. But that's 4 successes on the manipulation. The gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Sal the simp buys it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Sell the stuff.
The rest of y'all can roll to discern.
Sal just does the grunt and goes back to watching the numbers light up on the elevator.
I tie with 4.
Tie goes to players, and in this case, I'm going to go with, you're suspicious, but it's not disbelievable. You know, like it's okay.
She almost got crushed that one time with the werewolf. Trust me, guys.
And I just choose to believe her.
It's the moment Sal learns that Sundown Sire is up to some shit. It's going to be a blood hunt of the sorts.
Oh my god.
Ding! The doors open on the penthouse floor. What opulence greets them as they enter your, I imagine, personal penthouse here, Jorvik?
Oh my goodness,
And if they see Jorvik, please describe yourself for the coterie. And this is your first time meeting the coterie, and we'll have them in turn describe themselves back to you once you've set the scene for them.
When they come out, they took the elevator to the penthouse.
The private elevator at the back that the security has
Oh.
to like literally unlock for them from the desk.
Okay,
It's monitored, as you might have,
of course.
at your discretion. It's monitored.
So they will come out into a red and white office, with that panoramic view from the window of the city skyline. They'll see another statue that is of Tyr in there. Actually, when they come out, if they come out the elevator, they're kind of flanked by Tyr. And I forgot the other guy real quick. Norse mythologies cousin. Other person, and there's Tyr on both sides, and they're kind of like holding up hammers at the elevator door, and very plush, kind of minimalist but modern, also kind of like a Sims office. Like really comfy couches, accent pillows, a lot of red and white, and they'll see like maybe about 4 or 5 men walking around, business casual, tending to him as he's sitting at a desk, on his new iPhone that one of them got him, and he's like just doing, and just
like taking a selfie in front of front of the skyline of Milwaukee.
Yeah.
With your...
And he is listening to Paramore right now, in like muted sound.
Dull, yeah, the dull. Like it's not like blasting them out, but they can hear it. So we scrapped the Scooby Doo cartoon, or is there like a LCD monitor or something like that?
Oh yeah, Scooby Doo is playing on the other side.
Oh, okay, all right. So you can see like Scooby Doo playing, and then you were describing Jorvik himself.
Yeah. So because he's sitting down, there is a black man with dreads, and sitting at a desk with some computers off to the side, and he has on a color suit jacket, a shirt that's kind of unbuttoned a little bit, longer facial hair. He's kind of like playing with one of his locks, and he's talking to some guy. He looks to be probably mixed race, possibly.
This is Raphael, yeah.
Yeah, that's Raphael.
Very, very attractive.
Very attractive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So with the new phone, it's just click this button, and you upload it to the thing, right?
Yeah. It's practically foolproof. I mean, smartest man I know. You figure this out in a snap. It's designed for you. Designed for you.
Yes, I like that. Been so interesting being awake now, seeing what's happened since I've been away. Oh, we have company. You have yourself.
You see Phillips sort of moved over there. Another yet sort of strapping. And Phillips, you gave me two of them. So you've got Raphael's the one with the phone. Phillips sort of like intercepted them real quick, just to make sure that they get a proper entrance. And the coterie can go ahead and describe themselves to you in turn.
Yeah, so Sal probably steps off the elevator first, because it was Akawa who kind of gave him this contact information. Salvatore is relatively imposing, broad-shouldered, olive skin tone, likely Mediterranean of some kind. Wears a Italian tailored suit, fedora, has that classic, almost ridiculous mobster vibe, and definitely not one for social graces. I mean, looks at whoever the attendant or the man is greeting him and says, "I'm here to talk to Jorvik. Akawa has told us we could find a friend in him."
So, and then flanking Salvatore, you see Pix in her Hello Kitty hoodie, if you want to take over the description.
Oh no, I would say it's a very, it's her least stained hoodie. It's a dingy pink hoodie, and there's just this tiny itty bitty little, it's like a Sphinx cat on two legs, just mottled flesh drawn over bone and wrinkles. Somehow there's more stretching over bone. It's quite confounding with these cloudy eyes just are darting out nervously as, a shock of bright blue hair peeks out from under it. She looks terrified.
And then Sera beside her.
I think I'll be more beside Sal directly,
Well, sure.
like on his other side.
Right.
Not as tall as Sal, probably coming up to maybe his chin. But she's white with dark brown hair, comes down to her shoulders. And she's got a black t-shirt with black cargo pants and a hip bag for a purse. And she seems to have more shadows around her than normal. She would have popped, what is it, Shadow's Embrace or something, coming off the, was it Shadow's Embrace?
The free one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not knowing what she was walking into, just trying to look more imposing. It's something that she learned in the last day or two, so trying to get some use out of it.
Yeah, so the shadows sort of like seem to cling to her almost like a cloak or a robe a little bit, and the lights sort of pull, the shadows sort of pull towards her in the room and make her just seem that little bit more imposing. We'll say announcing of her presence, and then sort of accompanying them all is Ben Sahar.
So Ben has a designer black suit on since he came from Club Anything. He's Middle Eastern descent. The most unusual feature probably about him is his recently acquired whited out left eye. But he's got like pretty medium length hair, but it's really curly and wavy. He didn't really try to put any style to it tonight.
And conspicuously not accompanying them is Cass. We get a clip of Cass like with the McDonald's bag in hand, heading up to the apartment where Francis is supposed to be, and the door's already slightly ajar. And
he's probably blasting Evanescence. He's blasting the breakup music for sure.
Oh yeah, Evanescence is, or no, he's rocking Memento Mori's like slow album.
Oh yeah,
he's got like Memento Mori's like slow album going. The one that like the only true fans really enjoy.
Oh yeah, like first album, when Athena was still testing out the slow ballads, it's their rock ballad, Without Your Arms, and Tonight is spelled 2 and NITE.
Without your arms tonight. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Yeah, you hear Athena's, even though the mixing's shoddy on this album, her powerful vocals like carry out that crack in the door. And in any timeline, in any reality the cobweb pulls you into, it's usually a bad sign when the doors open like that. We cut back to the party.
Hey, Pix, do you ever feel like you were underdressed?
No idea what you're talking about.
Just me then.
I'm going to activate all.
Oh, god damn. Fucking Ventru, man.
Style points. I was thinking about doing that too. Beat me to it.
Just like, oh yeah, here's my dick.
Jorvix just exudes this presence. In fact, the whole room seems to, despite the shadow play, the whole room just seems to just glow with this energy. Jorvik, you have some company here, and they've mentioned Akawa's name. By this time, Philip sort of brought them in front of your desk. I don't know if you've come up from behind the desk to greet them, or if you still maintain your position.
Oh, he's still sitting.
Okay.
And then he'll stand, and he's like 6'6", like tall. Kind of like when he was alive, he worked out like he has a swimmer's build, so to speak, but like toned and fit. And he speaks in this like booming voice. Welcome all of you. Akawa sent you, huh?
Akawa said if we ever needed help to find you. And
Wonderful.
it's been an interesting night.
Has it? The night has almost pretty much just started. An interesting night, as you say. One moment. Philip, turn that music off, please. And pause Scooby-Doo. I want to find out who's on the pepper plantation.
Philip, without missing a beat, just pulls out like a controller from his pocket and just beep beep, and he 2 quick clicks, and he's got it.
You must forgive me. I was I have a new phone, and I was trying to figure it out how it works. Yeah. Also, if you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, I do recommend it. It's quite infectious with what happens. That dog is funny. I haven't seen a dog like him in quite a bit of time.
That it is. And okay, but what model's that phone?
Oh, the iPhone 15 Max Pro Plus, just out of Korea. It's fresh, brand new. Not going to hit the American market.
Exclusive taste, I see. Well, if you ever want any extra protections on that, Pixie, bring me up for it.
Pixie, like
Yeah, like Tinkerbell.
The what is that thing again, Philip? Candy treat?
Oh, the Pix.
Pixie sticks.
Yeah,
Pixie
I
sticks,
thought
yeah.
of that.
You're talking about Pixie sticks.
Yes. Remember someone tried to bring that to me as a tribute, and I was like, I don't. What is this? Oh, you must forgive me. It's been a pretty fair night. Are you all hungry? I can have something brought up for you. You like? He'll kind of like go behind his desk, and he'll like granola bars, Uncrustables. Do you want? I have cough drops too.
Al, I want you to know I hate you.
Oh my god!
Was that Sal? What was that?
That was bad.
Sorry, what happened?
I said I hate Sal. I said I want you to know I hate you right now.
But Wait, you are. Oh, oh, you are Kindred. Apologies. Um, are you hungry? Do you want some refreshments?
Yeah, I'm a little parched. I mean, thank you for the wonderful hosting, but yeah.
What's your type? What's your preference?
Pix is about to say bagged, but you see her hesitate for a moment. Uh, Tall, uh, preferably, okay with it. I'm a bit, new to this, if you catch my drift.
Okay, tall, consenting. And Sam?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
Wonderful. Benjamin? Is it Benjamin? Ben.
And it would be preferred.
Sorry?
I'm
Sorry?
fine.
Ben would be.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You, the one with the spooky stuff around you. What did you say your name was? Sera?
Yes, Sarah. And no, I'm good for tonight. Thank you so much for offering, though.
Sure. And
That's
you.
the 4 of them there. Yeah.
Okay.
Cass is impressive. The I guess let's see. Raphael's Philip's kind of more the go-getter, right?
Yeah.
Raphael's the candy. So Philip goes and like takes the description and like quicken runs back for a doll, right?
Shouldn't take much longer. Oh, you have a seat. You don't have to stand. Have a seat.
So Philip returns very shortly. Was unsure of Pix's preference beyond tall, so comes with a tall man and a woman, and they're both consenting. They're like excited at first because they're being called to Jorvik's penthouse, and then like they're sort of brought before Pixie, and they see this. But then they're like, yeah, okay. But they have that moment where they're like, all right.
Smarten up, you two. You have to be very offering and kind. Take your pick, darling. It doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Just
Sir, you can,
And don't make a mess on the floor. Just have the carpet cleaned.
Of course, gotcha. Sir, you can, go. I'd like to, chat with her.
Okay. So, Akawa said you needed assistance, and he brought you to my door. Oh, welcome to Oak Technologies and Securities. Make business a priority, and discretion is always guaranteed. I got that right, correct, Philip? I said the tagline correctly.
Yeah, no, excellent, sir.
Okay, good job. All right, so he'll kick back in his very comfortable chair and cross his legs and put his feet on the desk. Oh, what can I help you with?
Our friend, he's Cass. He's not here, but
Yes?
he, either him or someone that looks like him gunned down 2 of the princes Anubi.
Jorvik knows that the Anubi are the Prince Decker's sort of stand-in for what would be a Primogen Council. Rather than a Primogen Council, the city of Milwaukee, because it is a city under war with lupine pretty constantly, has this sort of like standing guard, this biker gang of Decker's sort of like hand-chosen fighters and diplomats and so on and so forth. There's more of them than your standard Primogen Council, but they have a similar operation as his sort of like main enforcement advisors and so on and so forth. You just basically got told 2 Primogens got gunned down. in so many terms. You're still adjusting to the lingo of Milwaukee from your recent, return from slumber. But you've even faster than the iPhone, you came abreast of the politics.
You're 100% sure that was your friend?
No. I saw a video, but Ben, Cass, Ben, Pix, you've been with Cass more recently.
Oh yeah, like I imagine Pix, like as this question is asked, has this woman's arm in her hand, just like, yeah, it's. Don't believe that the.
Does Pix actually satiate her hunger on this?
She does. It's awkward and it's very weird for her, but just something about bags isn't doing it anymore.
Well, bags are sustaining you half as much as they used to. You had to drink twice as many bags now that your blood potency has increased as your blood understood the words Sundown spoke.
Indeed.
You will gain a stain.
Oh. I'm already down at humanity. Whatever will I do?
Well, we now have 2 stains to resolve. We'll be sure to take care of that later on. So, continue your line of question. I just had to make sure we forgot too far away from
of course.
Wonderful. So, let's see. You have this video on you.
Yeah, Pixel pull out her phone.
What have you
slide
done,
it
dear?
over.
You've done?
Oh no. I mean, she's really nice. Don't get me wrong, but do you have her number or anything? She's actually really nice, and I think I'd like to do that again.
I do. Her name is Chloe.
Chloe, okay, yeah. Yeah, but I'm done now. Yeah, but thank you. That was great.
Are you sure you want more?
Oh no, I'm full, stuffed, not even parched. Oh wait. Look, I was doing bags for the longest time, so it's transition.
Yes. To the simulator, I can get you some bags if you need that.
Oh, thanks.
I know all can have different preferences for eating. The bag thing is relatively new for me, but I can be accommodating. But you do have the video on hand.
I do, and Pixel pull out this pink phone with like a Hello Kitty character on it, slide it over with the video of Cass on there.
Philip, you didn't see when Philip moved from like helping to like being on the other side of Jorvik. Philip is just like immediately leaning in and ready to help.
What kind of phone is this?
Oh, on it, it's an iPhone 6, but you see, I've taken out the battery and I've added in my own. I also added some additional protections just because, everything with the SI and all that jazz. Had to be extra safe, didn't want to be tracked. And I got the case off a guy I met when I first came to Milwaukee.
Oh, welcome. I don't...
Philip's like, we can wirelessly get the video to your phone, he says, and he shows you how to like do a quick wireless file transfer.
Mm-hmm. It worked so fast.
Doesn't it?
It's so cool. Am I using that word right? Cool?
Oh, yes, definitely. Fantastic. Poggers, even.
This poggers.
I don't understand that either.
We don't know. She
Don't
just says
ask.
stuff, and we just nod.
It's like
cool, but like extra cool.
Is it like the stuff that you...
Oh, no, not boogers. No. It's a phrase.
No. Oh, okay. I'm still learning the new language. I've been asleep for quite a bit of time. But glad to see that this little thing has grown to be quite big. No jokes, Philip.
Philip's eyes are like below the desk level.
Yeah, so I want to look at the footage.
You see the scene I described earlier. person who, if Cass were in the office, you'd see looking relatively identical to Cass. I mean, you know, people change clothes and stuff like that, Kindred, but Cass is almost never without his like army jacket, the oversized army jacket and stuff like that. So you see the army jacket, hair, the beard and stuff like that, a little disheveled. Ethan has a sort of convincing swagger, and how Cass has sort of like a little bit of like a aimless sort of jaunt in his walk, and then gets steely and intense, just like Cass does when he sort of flips the switch and it's time to hurt a lupine or drive a car. And Quick pulls out the Colt 45 with sort of expert precision and just spews dragonfire rounds, spraying two Anubi, ashing them in front of Kine and Kindred alike outside a known Anubi bar, O'Malley's, downtown. Not too far from here, actually. You might have maybe just outside of the gunshot, amongst the ambience of the, you're on one side of downtown, more to the business district. That bar would be sort of the opposite side of downtown, by more the touristy side of stuff, where all the shops and boutiques are, and bars.
He'll like mouth drop when he sees this, and
then puts the gun, and then puts the gun away, and then like walks out of the frame the opposite direction. It's got time code on it and everything like that. Raphael leans over and whispers in your ear. We can have this checked to see if the video's been tampered with in any way.
but he'll kind of look from the video and look towards him. Do you know what that fucking means if I do that?
I'm sorry, sir. And Raphael sort of like steps a little bit away. Just currently aware of the. If they mentioned Akawa.
Yes. Fine. Oh, Akawa, you're going to owe me quite the big for this.
I'd imagine a minor, sir, says Philip. Major?
It's funny. You know, you're cute. Your friend Cass. You said his name Cass? Like Cassius?
I've never actually asked.
They're cute?
I mean, depending on how this goes, I can hook you up with him if you want.
And in that, I feel, I've only been awake for a few years. I can count on one hand, maybe two. Regardless, I want to check the validity of this. What has been happening? What's going on with this? Because now, if that's what's happened and that's true, then your friend is probably going to get.
Well, that's
the problem we have with this video, though, is that he didn't have the gun when this video happened.
Oh.
And he was with me for most of the time. I can probably pull up security footage, but he was helping me rent an Uber.
Do that. Yes.
And we know Nosferatu had taken it.
Using these primitive weapons, guns. And he'll kind of point behind him, and you'll see like this massive axe. Two of them.
I can appreciate bladed weapons.
One of them, I think, has like, it looks reddish, dried blood on it. Really old. Could use something like that, and cleave a man in half or emasculate him, which is fun to do too.
Q-Pix cautiously just looking between the axe.
See, another one that understands.
But yes, let me see that security footage. Decker, don't bother Decker, and Decker doesn't bother me. If I extend some resources, that means that I'm going to directly get involved. Which might be the cause of getting a boon from you. It also might be quite fun.
Right. Pix is gonna go through her phone. She's probably got a. Look, I'm not an actual hacker, so I don't know what the term is, but she opens up some application which goes to her last locations, pulls up cameras, and Storyteller can I make a technology roll to pull up footage around the same time of the attack of me and Cass getting a U-Haul.
Yeah, you can roll the technology to try to pull it up. You start you run a script essentially, like you have a programmer.
Yeah.
It's not quite hacking in the '90s portrayal, which albeit
Hackerman.
sweet in real time isn't really how it's running scripts and code and stuff like that. With the rouse, you don't get a hunger. That Chloe's
Hell
really
yeah.
hitting the spot.
Women. Yep, but wits and tech?
Yep.
Alright,
Does
let's
it-
see.
Storyteller,
Yes.
does anybody appear nervous or uncomfortable?
Pix does.
Pixie, appears uncomfortable. Obviously, she first to fess up. So Jorvik would cue in on that pretty quickly as she sort of nervously, like frantically, like set some parameters on her phone, starts scrubbing footage and stuff.
It's okay, darling. You don't have to be nervous. You can hide the notes in the folder. No one will see.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, like a VPN.
Yes, that. The technology is so amazing nowadays. So cool.
It
Cool.
really is.
Cool.
But that's 8 successes on a messy critical, Storyteller.
So,
Like, I wasn't getting any rolls the other game, so this is just, I'm getting the other end of it.
Pixie's, you're on a messy critical. I like for you to describe how your beast sort of helps you seize control of the situation, this technology. Nosferatu have a history with it, so they're maybe it's a bestial thing that they just seem to key in on it. So, in your own words, how do you? Yeah, this is messy.
The way
It's
Beast,
messy,
yeah, the way Pix's Beast come out, it's almost like Thompson. You could like if this was like a show, you would see Thompson leaning in on her shoulder, like illusionary, just like, show him how tough you are, baby doll. I know you can do it. And you watch Pix as she's going through the script, just for like a brief moment, making sure that Jordan can see that you see the actual buildings cameras in her areas, like very private areas, maybe an armory, maybe like a red room, before it goes to the footage of a very high definition Pix and Cass with a timestamp ordering their U-Haul.
It should. You've been thorough. It should go to a really high definition video of a overt U-Haul containing Pix and Cass. And instead, it just shows some cars passing and shows foot traffic and stuff like that at the correct time codes. You cross-reference with like your own personal sort of GPS tracking, or if it's something that you might want, or maybe you keep that scrubbed on account of the SI entirely, so you can't even reference your own GPS footprint, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even check your own GPS footprint. I think you're too careful. So you can't like cross-reference it with your own GPS footprint, but you know where you were, and you know the exact route, and you go kind of through the whole route, and the only place you catch some footage is the U-Haul actually parked near your place currently.
Oh, shit, I think I was too thorough with the tracking.
Did you erase something?
So somebody made sure that Cass didn't have an alibi.
Huh. I can't access the footage for some reason. I know that sounds like a bad excuse, don't get me wrong. Let me see. I might have the receipt on me. It was in Cass's name.
Oh, okay. Well, take your time there. I'm not pressuring you or anything, but time is of the essence.
Oh god, Pix is even more nervous if vampires could sweat. Storyteller, can I check if I have the receipt?
I'll give you a luck check.
Oh god damn. Oh boy, here goes. Not a 1d19, I want 1d10. Okay, that's a success. That's an 8.
You have the receipt. Cass, did you sign the U-Haul out in your name?
His signature wouldn't be terribly legible, but
It's his.
yeah. I mean, he doesn't have like a credit score or anything like that he's aware of. So he doesn't care. He'd sign it.
Yeah, you watch like Pix, like she's, cartoon sound effects. She's rifling through her little hoodie. Finally, she pulls out her receipt. There, signature, time-stamped, verified with the company. They only give it to face to face.
Let me see it.
She'll hand it over.
He'll take his phone and take a picture of it, and then pass it back. Kind of look at it. Okay. So for sake of brevity, I will believe you in this aspect. You have as much as I can believe another Kindred, but I will. Raphael, come here.
Yes.
Put this into our computers and see what we can get. Prove the validity of this.
As you, sir, that means
Speak.
your neutrality may come into question.
It might come into question, but I can still remain neutral.
Philip, on the other hand, or
Yes.
could mean you gain favor. If this is somebody else's doing, they could be a threat to the prince, and you could be a hero again.
I could. Oh, fuck.
Raphael looks at Philip, and then they both share an exchange, and they both look at you, and they just have this this look of excitement, like some shit's about to go down.
You'll see him lick his lips, and he'll my neutrality will be questioned, but also if someone is, and I'm going to say this, and I hope I'm saying it right, if someone is fucking around, I'm going to find out.
Precisely.
So, oh my, how exciting. Like getting ready to start a raid all over again and taking out those fucking people that came to our shores with their crosses and Bibles and stuff a long time ago. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to use another one. I learned this, this little notebook I took notes in. It's been very helpful with the slang. So you'll see him kind of flip through something.
Do you write poggers in it? Do you add poggers? It means bigger than cool? Or
he's question mark at this. He will Urban Dictionary it later. He's found out how to use that. So he's like, and tuck it, fuck it. Let's go. We'll put that in the computers and let's see. I want them to try to fuck with me. I'd be glad to do something I haven't done in so long. And you kind of cut eyes with that axe on the wall. All
Pix can see his Cass's head under it if this goes wrong.
But about your friend Cass, what do they prefer to eat, or do they like to go out to eat?
So
the color, all that.
as you're talking about Cass, as Pix is reflecting on this, sort of like she can sort of like she's staring in the glass windows, this skyscraper, this penthouse. This is one of those huge windows. You get a balcony you can go out onto, right? And you can see the city. Milwaukee's like oddly, beautifully serene Midwest cityscape. You can catch a hint of Lake Michigan off in the corner, just that sort of shadow kind of creeping into the frame. And you can make out the Discovery Center and some of the other like older buildings. Church that always reminds me of Notre Dame, but like a little bit smaller. A couple of these great little Greek buildings, and the Pfizer Forum, home of the Milwaukee Bucks. This amazing state-of-the-art facility, sort of nestled right in the business district you find yourself in, with this gorgeous Cream City brick wrap that goes in a physics-defying half circle of laid brick. Just you're taking in this city site, and what Pix sees is underneath the head of these axes. On one side you see Cass in the reflection, and on the other you see Thompson. On one devil, one angel. Maybe it's two devils. Who knows? And that's where Cass is inside Francis's apartment. Been meaning to talk to you. Here, boyo. Seems we don't talk much. Sorry, I had to get he goes up here a little bit more. He's a little easier. Seems we don't talk much. There, Cass. But you've been talking an awful lot to my Pixie.
Oh, she's yours.
Bought and paid for.
That's pretty fucked up,
Pounds and flesh and blood, it's how we deal, Cass. You should be old enough to know how this goes. The way I sees it, you can join our merry little band. Or you can get what the prince got coming to you. Compliments of, you ain't all there, but you're sharp enough to be on the understanding that Ruby and I, we go way back too. Fort Decker. And you were careless, soldier boy. Careless. Unless you got friends in high places I don't know about. I can see you circling the drain.
I've been in worse situations. And I'm still here. I'm like a bad penny. Can't get rid of me, no matter how hard you try.
Told you, Abby.
I didn't mean to, I promise.
It's one of those things where like you give it to me, I gotta take it.
See, that's what I love to do. I mean, you said it yourself, Abby. Remember when you said you were a masochist? And
but now this might be you being a sadist, because now it's not just yourself.
Oh my god, I wasn't expecting him to be there. I genuinely thought he'd fucked off to wherever he was.
I knew, as soon as you said that, I knew he could not let that just slide.
The minute you separated Cass from the coterie, something was going to happen to him.
And it was for Pix's selfish means. Oh my god, it's coming back to bite her.
Instant you separated Cass from the coterie, something was going to happen to him. It's the rules of writing. I have to obey my rules. I mean, I'm an anarchist, so fuck the rules. Well, fuck rulership.
Yeah.
But the rules of writing are all right. They are just. Therefore, we
also,
obey them.
goddammit, I actually like Avenger now. That was such a fucking cool character you pulled off, dude.
You're just getting started.
Ben wants to ask so bad, who designed this place? Because I want this, and I'm jealous because my club does not look like this.
The other statue is Freya. That's what I drew a blank on.
Oh, it's Tyrion Freya. Yeah.
Freya
And Sal's like, "Are you hiring?"
I need more statues now.
We're all simping. No.
I'm like, all I could think about is I was like, I need more statues. I only have one.